guys, welcome back to our channel. Today is all about finding those big halibuts. And to be quite frank, if we don't find any big halibuts, I'm going to be really disappointed. As you know, spearfishing consists of ups and downs, and to be honest, often it's more downs than ups, but we're quite positive. Boy, was I in for a disappointment. But let me take you a couple of days back. I was spending one night at a beautiful place 4 miles north of the city. I had fished this place in any possible way, but I never dived there. Since I had my spearfishing gear in my car, I decided to do a quick recon on my own. But to make a long story short, as I was getting some aerial shots with my drone, the wind picked up. I had a propeller accident with one of my fingers, and by the time I got in the water, the weather had turned so bad that I didn't feel comfortable diving alone. So that was the first disappointment this week. So, coming back to the big halibut hunt of the day, no wonder we were super excited. So Christian, what is your feeling about today's halibut hunt?
I'm quite sure that our huge halibut are lying on the seabed. And,
Just waiting for you.
Just waiting for us. So it's a perfect day. Nice, sunny, little cloudy, but I think it's gonna be a good day.
Yeah. It was a beautiful day, and we have been given a tip about a location where several large halibuts had been fished. And the tip also said that scuba divers in the area had seen fish that was at least 100 kilos. As we arrived at the site, the conditions seemed almost perfect. Hardly any waves, and the temperature was at least above zero, so we were stoked. When we also found a boathouse that had halibut tails in every size nailed to the door, we were dead certain that this would be a record-setting day. We couldn't get into our gear fast enough and get the hunt started. The water was by far the coldest we had dived this year, probably because we were in a large fjord with only a narrow entrance and huge amounts of snow melting in the mountains around. The first few minutes were pure pain for our lips and face, and they quickly swelled up. After that, it was fine. To our huge disappointment, we quickly realized that the visibility was horrible. We could only see a few feet in the water, and it made it impossible to drift and spot fish from the surface. We went further out, we went closer to shore, left and right, but if anything, it only got worse. We changed tactics and started to do random dives, hoping to catch a glimpse of a fish, but we had no such luck. We were obviously at a great spot, and despite that the conditions above the surface was perfect, below the conditions definitely was against us. At one point I got so frustrated that I decided to catch Christian with my floating line, just to catch something. Since halibuts most often are found on flat sand bottom, it's nearly impossible to find them on random dives when the visibility is low. Had it been a known spot or a reef that we knew held fish, it would be easy. After a while we started to get cold and we lost our drive, so we got back to shore. We knew that this is a spot we're going to revisit, and luckily for us, halibuts don't get any smaller as time passes by. Hi. After 2 failed attempts to catch some big halibuts, we're off for a third at our usual go-to site. The weather is quite shitty. It's big waves, lots of wind, and it's a bit nippy in the air, as you would say in Great Britain, I think. The weather forecast has told us to expect snow. So, but hopefully there will be good fishing. We already knew that the conditions were not optimal, but after 2 failed hunts this week we decided it was worth the gamble. We knew that close to shore there would be little visibility under the conditions at hand. Our goal was to get further out in the deeper parts. But as we got out there, we realized that our gamble had failed. Waves got bigger by the minute, and we both agreed that it was not worth it. Why, I don't know, but as we got to land again, Christian decided to be a stormy butterfly in the water and displayed an impressive speed as it did a quick circuit. I'm guessing it was some kind of frustration that he needed to get out. As we drove home, we agreed that this had not been the best of weeks for us, but if anything, it had only got us even more determined to pursue our quest for the record halibut.